Hello, so in this video I'll show you how to create views. So what are views? Views basically are pieces of code that you can use in the pages. This is very useful because you don't need to repeat code in the pages. You can simply put that repeated code in the views and then use it in multiple different pages. So in order to show you this, let's log in our framework. Choose the advanced workspace, choose our projects, and I can see that I have one page created, the indexed page. I don't see any views folder here, so in order to do that I'll come to this menu and I'll click show advanced items, and automatically I can see that it adds on the navigator other folders. So one of the folder is the view folder, which we don't have any currently. The idea is to create two views here and then reuse them in the indexed page. So first thing, let's see what the index page has. Let's preview it, and I can see that has the default template. So let's just go to our project global variables and change it for the empty template. Let's refresh and we should see a blank page, as we can see. Okay, perfect. So currently we have our indexed page and no views. So let's create views. Let's click here add file on the menu of the views folder. Let's just type dummy name view1 and let's edit that view. So I can see that in this view I have here an empty canvas. Let's add some dummy code here. Let's put here like a navbar, that's it. And now let's go to the index page, and in our index page we want to choose the empty canvas so we can edit the low code. So in the low code we click in the diagram editor bar. We don't have anything yet, so what we want to do is we want to set the presentation view. So we scroll down and search for a task called set presentation view. We'll drag and drop here. We go to the view ID, we put the view name that we selected, view ID 1, and automatically if we do the preview of this page, it should show me already the corresponding view. Now let's create another view so we can add a second view. So let's put it view number 2. We just edit this second view with some other HTML content. Let's put now this one, and let's go back to this view. Let's save. So this saves automatically, but sometimes it takes a while to save. So let's go back here to our diagram editor in our page, and let's find a task called add presentation view. So before you use the set presentation view, if we want to add other views, we use the add presentation view. So drag and drop, link it, go to the properties of the task, and let's put view number 2. If we refresh this page, it should show me already the second view. It doesn't because it takes a while sometimes to save. Sometimes we need to do it manually. So now if I refresh, it already shows me the two views. Okay, so now let's say that I want to create a variable in this page and then show it in the view side. So basically what I need to do is let's define a local variable here with like some name like Anthony. Let's put the name here, name. So this is local. Basically this is the task define local variable, where I'm defining the name of the variable called name and the value Anthony. So it's done. Then I'll link it here. I'll put it as this task as a start task, so you can start my diagram or remove this as a start task. I can just reorder if I wish this diagram. As you can see, define local variable. I can set now here some names, like I can put it, let's put here create name var, something like this, whatever, just so we can understand. Wait, I have a typo. Okay, perfect. Okay, so basically I'm creating the var name here. In here I'm setting the view 1, and in here I am adding the view 2. Okay, perfect. So now I have my diagram set. If I refresh here the page, it will not do anything because I'm not showing this variable in any of the other views. But now I want to show this variable here that we created, which is the var name, in the view 2. So let's go back to the view 2. It will open by default the design editor, and in here let's search for the advanced group so we can see the PHP widgets. So basically I grab the PHP widget, I drop it wherever I want to, like in here, example, and in here I want to echo the var name. There are two ways of doing this. I'll just to show you an example, I'll just type some code first and then I'll do it through low code after, which is easier. So you can see that you don't need to program anything here. So for now, I'll just echo the var name that I created before in the page level, and by default, if I refresh this I should see here Anthony. If I want, I can erase this, or I can just put my name is something like this, whatever. So if I refresh it, so my name is Anthony, which was the variable that was set in the page level. So I don't want to do this through here. So basically, if I don't know PHP, the only thing that I need to do is to do it through local. So let's roll back what we did before. Let's grab the PHP code here too, the same thing, and now I'll not change anything that is here. I'll just come here to the diagram editor. It creates by default the corresponding diagram of the HTML editor code, and I'll just go to the specific task, which is here, print via PHP code. So, and I see here that is printing a value here. So what I want to do here is I want to basically to change this to a variable, and I want to type here the name, which was the variable name that we created before. So basically, if I save it, it should save automatically. If I refresh, I can see here that it wrote Anthony 2. So the code is working. So now let's, if I go back to the indexed page and I change that variable name, it should automatically refresh that page. So let's go back to the indexed and let's go to the editor, to the local editor, and let's change his name to something called like Maria. So if I save it, so it could be faster, I do save, and you can see that I changed the name here. This is very useful. Why? Because currently I just have one page that is using two views, but if I create a second page like called like test example, this is just an example. If I come here to my low code and define another global variable called name, and in here I'll just put some other name, Joao, and then I'll just put the view number 2, set presentation view in here, and in this view I'll put it view number 2. Okay, so if I preview this page, I should see that it changes. So it's using the same view than the other page, but with a different variable. So if I preview the test page, I see here Joao. If I preview the indexed page, I see here Maria. So basically the index page is using these two views, the test page is only using the view number 2. So this is an example how can I have multiple views being used in different pages. This allows me to don't replicate code in the page level. And that's it. Thank you very much.